What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are playing World Conqueror 4, and this time, we're taking on one of the biggest operations in World War II, Operation Barbarossa. Our objective today is to push deep into Soviet territory and advance toward Moscow using Blitzkrieg tactics. This campaign is massive because the Soviet Union has huge territory, strong defenses, and endless reinforcements. If we move too slowly, the enemy will recover, and the offensive can completely fail. So, right at the start, I'm organizing my army carefully. In Blitzkrieg warfare, speed and coordination are everything. Tanks are going to lead the offensive, while infantry secures captured territory behind them. Artillery will stay at the rear to weaken enemy defenses before every major assault. You can already see that I'm concentrating most of my strongest units in one direction, instead of spreading them across the whole front. That's the main idea of Blitzkrieg. Focus overwhelming force on one weak point and break through fast. All right, the invasion begins. The first Soviet defensive line is not too difficult, so I'm using my armored divisions aggressively here. I'm targeting weaker enemy units first to open a path for my tanks. Once the gap appears, I immediately push deeper before the Soviets can reorganize. And there we go, first breakthrough achieved already. Now this is where momentum becomes important. In World Conqueror 4, once your tanks stop moving, the enemy starts building defensive lines again. That's why I'm constantly advancing and trying to keep pressure on the Soviet army. I'm also using artillery support before every major attack, because charging tanks directly into defensive positions can waste too much health. Bombard first, then move in with armor. Right now, we're pushing through open terrain, and this is where tanks are strongest. Fast movement across plains allows Blitzkrieg tactics to work perfectly. Soviet infantry units are struggling to respond because the attacks are happening too quickly. Now, one thing I need to watch out for is overextending my forces. The Soviet Union has huge reserves, and if my armored divisions move too far ahead without infantry support, they can get surrounded. So while the tanks continue pushing east, I'm sending infantry behind them to capture cities and protect supply lines. This is very important because supply routes keep the offensive alive. Okay, enemy resistance is starting to increase now as we get closer to major Soviet territory. You can see more artillery units and defensive formations appearing near the roads leading to Moscow. At this stage, I'm changing tactics slightly. Instead of attacking every city directly, I'm bypassing some enemy positions and targeting important roads and strategic areas. The goal is speed, not unnecessary fighting. That's one of the strongest advantages of Blitzkrieg warfare: mobility. You don't need to destroy every enemy unit immediately. Sometimes cutting off their movement is enough. Now we're launching a flanking maneuver on the Soviet left side. One armored group attacks from the front, while another moves around the side to create pressure from multiple directions. And this is where the battle becomes really intense. The Soviets are starting counterattacks from the north, trying to slow down the advance toward Moscow. If they break my flank here, the whole operation could stall. So I'm bringing in reserve units to hold the defensive line while the main tank divisions continue the push eastward. Balance between offense and defense is extremely important in long campaigns like this. You can also notice that I'm protecting my generals carefully. Strong generals in World Conqueror 4 can massively boost attack power, movement, and defense. Losing one during a major offensive can change the entire battle. All right, now we're getting closer to the Moscow region. Enemy resistance is becoming heavier because the Soviets are defending the capital at all costs. This is where artillery becomes even more important. Before every assault, I soften enemy positions with long-range attacks first. Then infantry attacks weakened defenses while tanks pushed through any openings. Now the weather and terrain also matter here. As the campaign goes deeper into Soviet territory, movement becomes slower and supply pressure increases. Historically, this became one of the biggest problems during Operation Barbarossa. German forces advanced extremely fast at the beginning, but the deeper they moved into the Soviet Union, the harder it became to maintain supplies and momentum. So, yeah guys, that's it for today's gameplay commentary. Hope you enjoyed watching this massive offensive toward Moscow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next battle campaign.
To the sea for a getaway, car top down and we're driving just to feel young. Moving away to the sea, moving away, can't you see? Sand in your feet, feel the breeze in the summertime. Stars in the sky, wind down for the first time. Moving away to the sea, moving away, can't you see? We'll drink honey by the ocean, it's our favorite potion. Come on baby, let me tell you one time that our days will never end, yeah. No, our days will never end, yeah. No.